Uh, it was surprisingly easy. They all said yes pretty much right away. I think they were really excited.
It's great to see your face, Colin. I mean, congratulations on the film. This is so exciting. I mean, for you, this is a Jurassic movie. Do you know what I mean? I know you've written them, you've produced them, but you're directing a Jurassic World movie. Were you intimidated at all when kind of taking on such a huge, because they're huge projects?
They are, it felt in weird ways a little bit more something I could handle than the first one. The first one, I directed one movie before, and we were changing, the title of the franchise into Jurassic World for a very, very clear reason, which I think people see now. But the theme park being open is something that we'd all been waiting to see for such a long time, and it gave us a reason to want to go. And what I needed to do over the next, the next three movies is build us to a point where, we would have something that we needed to see as much as that to make sure that people would follow our story to the end. And so bringing back these legacy characters and letting them, collide with the characters from Jurassic World felt like the way we could actually tell our full story and hold people's interest the whole way.
Yeah, because it's brilliant. You do, as you say, the legacy characters. You're bringing back Jeff Goldblum, Laura Dern, Sam Neill. Was it hard to get everybody on board? Because I know with actors, I mean, especially big actors, they all have different schedules. They're all busy. Was it, because that was a big task that you managed to do to get everybody on board at the same time? Was that difficult?
It was surprisingly easy. They all said yes pretty much right away. I think they were really excited. They'd been watching, they all watched Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom. They'd seen what we were doing, and they knew what the new world was going to be based on the end of that last movie. And so the idea that they would get to not redefine, but define their characters in a different age, at a different time when the dynamic and the equilibrium has changed, was very attractive to all of them.
Okay, and of course, Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard are back. I mean, the action has just gone out of this world. There's Chris Pratt's on a motorbike being chased by dinosaurs. Bryce is running across rooftops. It's all gone on. Do they love the challenge of, I know there's some people involved, but do they try and do as much as they can? Or are they, yes, I'm happy for some people to come in any opportunity?
A combination of both. They're both very physical, and they really want to get in there so it can feel, we know that they're really there. In some cases, you just need a professional stunt bike rider to do some of the stuff that Chris does. So he'll be the first to tell you that he relies on professionals in some cases. But Bryce did her own fighting. There's like a knife electrical shock stick fight in this movie, and she goes at a bunch of charred locusts with an axe. There's a lot of really physical stuff that goes on, and I think both of them are really, really great physical actors.
Yeah, and then there's a serious amount of physical stuff. Do they have to do training before that? Like, I know Chris, I think he's got just so many actiony movies that probably he's training all the time. Is he anyway? Or do you have to put him on a schedule before you even start filming?
I mean, they definitely train a lot just before, and then it's mostly just to be limber and have control over their bodies, and something that stunt people are so good at just knowing where all their arms and legs are all the time, like when you're flailing through the air. And they've also learned a lot from our stunt teams as they watch how things are done, and Chris has gotten pretty good at dive rolls.
Okay. And Steven Spielberg, I mean, he is a producer on this movie. So I was wondering, how involved does he get at this point in the game?
He gets really involved at the screenplay stage when we're writing, and we were, especially in this film, because we're doing something pretty ambitious and telling two parallel stories that we are assuring the audience more and more as we go through the film are going to be one story in the end. And you have to, it's a lot of faith and a lot of patience, and hopefully a lot of breadcrumbs left in the right places so the audience trusts you. But he was on board with it, and he supported us even at times. He was like, "Are you sure that you could just make a regular movie? You sure?" But we wanted to go for it because we felt like the only way I can really honor his legacy is to take risks myself in the way that he did, and put myself on the line.
Yeah, this one feels like the last one. So was it sad at all on the last day of set, or are we? Do you know what I mean? Could there be a twist in the tale? Could it come back as something else?
I think that it's pretty safe to say that for most of these characters, this is the last one, and I really wanted to treat it accordingly. But there's new characters, DeWanda Wise and Mamadou Ache and Deshaun Lockman especially, who are introduced here really forcefully as potentially new heroes. And I wanted to be the one to create them too, along with Emily and Derek. And we're really proud of all the characters that we created here.
Well, listen, Colin, thanks very much for talking to us. That's brilliant.
Thank you.